What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Guess what just came back from powder coat? And super excited today because we are going to be one step closer from firing this thing up. Let me show you. Bam! Don't look like much, y'all. That's because it just came back from powder coat, but this is going to be our battery tray, fellas. Just by the title of this video, you guys guessed it. I designed my own battery tray, long story short, and I wanted to put it in the back of the truck, on the frame, out of the way, so we designed our own. But not just for any battery, for bam, XS battery, fellas. XS Power, I should say. Big shout out to XS Power, Remy and his team over there. I really love their product, fellas. It is not cheap, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but this stuff, man, this stuff works, let me tell you guys. We've used it in the last 3 builds, the XS Power batteries, and let me tell you guys, these things are phenomenal. Best bang for your buck for sure. And this is the D3400 series, so I wanted to design something that was around that battery, so we designed this tray. So let's open this thing up. Oh yeah, baby. I saved you guys the hassle of watching me open this plastic up, but look at this. Locked and loaded, ready to go, back from powder coat, fellas. Let me show you kind of how this thing is gonna work. So obviously we have a box, really. We obviously have a basically 3-dimensional box, and we have a couple bends in it, 90s, 90s, 90s. But here, when we bend it, we also welded it along this seam here to make sure that we were nice and sturdy on both ends. And then obviously we'll send it out to powder coat. But the cool thing about this thing I want to show you guys is that we designed these brackets to basically come up like that. If you guys see if I can do this with one hand, come down like so, just like that. Check that out, fellas. Let me see here. Put that in, guy, like so. And it's really more for access to the battery to get it basically in and out of there, just to make it as easy as possible. And then you'll have this bad boy that'll live right there like that. What do you think of that, huh? Not too shabby. What also makes this box special, like I said, for the C10, I didn't want to drill any holes, any extra holes that we already basically didn't need or didn't need any more of. So what I did is I designed it around the holes that are on the chassis where the gas tank used to live at. So these 4 bolt holes here are actually where the bracket would go on to hold the gas tank strap, the gas tank on the driver's side, and then that way we can take our hardware right here ready to go, and go in through there and then go into the chassis and bolt it in and not drill any extra holes. And it is going to live vertically like this. The way you guys see it, it'll live vertically. So it'll mount it there. We'll have our battery terminals on this side. I'll definitely put this in the truck so you can see what I'm talking about. As a matter of fact, let's throw the battery in there so you guys can get a better idea what this thing's going to look like as well. All right, fellas, give you guys a better idea what I'm talking about. You can see our brackets are kind of just sitting there. Obviously, we don't have any bolts down here just because we're against the bench here. But you can see the back side. And you can see a little bit of an air gap right there. And there, it's very specific because these bolts got to go somewhere. So we don't want basically the bolts hitting the battery, so you're going to have an air gap right there. So we'll end up having like a shim or spacer here just to keep that battery from moving backwards towards the bolts. So those will go obviously through the frame, chassis, mount them on the other side. But you can see we'll have our terminals on this side as well. Obviously XS provides us these guys here, so we'll have something like that. And then we're going to have a battery lug kind of like that, something like that, and just clock them in any way direction we need them to go for those battery cables. So tell you what, let's get over to the truck. We'll put this thing on, install it, and see how it fits, see how it looks, see if we can route some of these battery cables and go from there. All right, fellas, we are at the truck. Let me show you kind of what's going on so you guys have an idea where this thing's gonna land. You guys can see we got our gas tank on the passenger side right now. On that same side, you have 4 bolts that hold that strap right there. Well, you have the same 4 bolts right here, And these 4 right here is where we're gonna mount our battery. You can kind of see we've already kind of pre-started running some of this power, and I'm gonna show you what I'm cooking up right there, fellas. You guys are gonna like that. It's pretty trick, but let me put this battery tray on here so you guys can have a better visual, and we'll go from there. Solid, baby. I like it. That thing ain't going nowhere. Oh yeah. A little Loctite, fellas. You put a little Loctite on there just to make sure we were all good to go. And you definitely want to put these on beforehand, because then you can see very tight up in here for sure. But now we can slide the battery in and go from there. Yeah, baby, this thing is freaking tight now. After the powder coater added that little extra thickness to the part, our spacers are a little tight, fellas, but you know what? I think I like that a lot better than it being loose. I'm just gonna wedge it down in there. So that way, we know that's not going to come undone. Oh yeah. That'll keep this battery from moving around at all. And if you notice as well, here, this bracket's going to be a little bit leaning towards the battery with our little spacer slash insulation right here to keep it from moving around. Oh yeah, solid, baby, solid. I like it. Now that we got the battery mounted up, now we can finish the wiring, and let me show you what I did. Got ahead of the game. Check that out, fellas. Made a little bracket, and I put this little kill switch, but it's not really a kill switch. It's mainly for basically getting the power completely turned off the entire truck. So whenever you have to work on it, or it's just parked in the garage and you just want to obviously keep the battery from draining and all that, you literally flip the switch to the opposition. I have it in the opposition right now, and then on position whenever obviously you want the truck running. But you can see nothing crazy. And if you look up, you see what I did there as well. This is our little charging port slash little jumping port. You can actually just put your battery tender on there, connect it right up right there, and you can charge the battery while it's in the garage just parked or whatever, or you can even jump it from there. But we got to finish hooking this stuff up to the actual battery. And the reason why I did this, fellas, is because obviously we're not painting the truck. And this truck had 2 gas tanks, 1 on each side, and we kept the passenger side. And I didn't want to leave this door here just basically as a blank door with nothing inside. So that's why we also put the battery over here, so we can basically use it as an access for obviously turning the truck on and off, and then charging the truck / battery as well. But now we got to finish hooking that up. All right, fellas, real quick breakdown on the back so you guys can see what's going on. So obviously this one right here that we've already ran and basically finished up a long time ago is our basically output. That is the actual output that's going to come off that switch, and that feeds the entire truck. And then our input will go on this lug right here, on this 3/8 lug. And then there's a small positive power wire that's got to go up top there, basically probably for the LED, if I'm assuming correctly, for the actual little gauge that it has in there built in for the voltage meter. But other than that, that's pretty much it. You got power coming in and then power going out. And then so we'll feed the power coming in from here, direct shot to that bad boy right there. And then this guy is our basically our battery tender cable, and we'll put that in line as well. We'll put the power positive, I should say, on that guy there, and then obviously we'll hook up the negative on the bottom side along with the negative to the rest of the truck that feeds the rest of the truck. But yeah, pretty much it. We are all hooked up. We're gonna give you guys one last look. This thing is ready to go. We got even our little covers on here to kind of protect those terminals as well, fellas. I really like these little terminal blocks, but it comes with these plastic covers. That way we can protect all that stuff from the elements, especially when it's gonna be on this side. Now, also very strategic, fellas, how I did this, and you wonder why the terminals are on this side and not on this side, because I noticed one big thing. You see that gap up there, that bed basically between the bed and the cab, and if I would have had the terminals on this side, basically, I mean, it would have seen all the elements, you know, coming through there, just basically through that little window. So that's why we opted out and putting the terminals on this side, fellas, so that way it's at least underneath the cab, or I should say underneath the bed, and it's protected from the elements. Now, if I was running, let's say, airbags, or I was running maybe a super like body drop, crazy, I mean, laying frame, there was no way we can probably run this battery tray, but that is definitely would be a problem for sure. Well, fellas, let me know what you guys think of this battery tray, and let me know if this is something you guys want to see on the website for the C10s, of course. We can probably make it to where you can fit it on either side, driver's side or passenger side, depending on what you're doing with the, you know, gas tank and stuff like that. But also cost. Cost is a big one. I know there's some other battery trays out there, and this stuff is expensive to make. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think is a good price if we just decide to put it on the website. Again, right now it's kind of I wanted to try it. I wanted to see what this was gonna look like with our truck. So, but guys, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, the like button, and hit the bell for notifications. You guys already know. Stay wrenching.